Hey, Chad Rankin with Residential Mortgage Services in Worcester, Massachusetts. So I had a buyer reach out to me, give me a call because a friend of hers had suggested she get a second opinion. She had been pre-approved from one lender for FHA financing. They were looking to buy a two-family, multifamily, which requires minimum down payment of 20% for an owner-occupant versus only 3.5% down with FHA. A lot of people choose FHA because they don't have the additional funds, but they were actually selling their departure home and they did have the additional funds. They would prefer to go conventional financing because they would have no PMI. Just for every reason, if they could get approved for that, it would be the best product for them. The other lender said FHA was the only option. They had a mid-660s FICO, which can be difficult to get approved conventionally. I looked at the scenario, it took me about an hour. I turned over every stone. I ran every scenario possible, and I ended up getting it to pop approved with Freddie Mac. That's one of our conventional outlets at below a 34% debt to income ratio. Now, typically you can go up to 45 or even 50% with Freddie Mac or Fannie Mae conventional financing. But with the lower FICO, sometimes there's a sweet spot. And this ended up being at 33.99% debt to income ratio or below. It was something that the other lender did not figure out, and that's what we do every day. She ended up getting into the multifamily with the best possible product. We achieved this by thinking outside of the box a little bit. She happened to have a installment loan with about a $1,500 balance on it, where if we eliminated that payment or were able to exclude that payment because there was less than 10 payments, I was able to lower the debt to income ratio. So all I can do is guess as to why the other lender wasn't able to achieve the same pre-approval that I was. The property was already under contract, so we ended up figuring it out and closing it in 22 days, which is an exception to the rule. We typically ask for 30 days on a purchase, but in the case of a scenario like this where we are the second opinion, we will again turn over every stone and figure a way to make it work if it can in any way work. So if you have any questions whatsoever, please reach out to us. We're happy to help. Would love to be a resource.